Hello guys, welcome to Scholarity. Today in this video we will discuss about cell division and cell cycle. Without any further delay, let's get into the topic. So what is cell division? Cell division is an active process by which a mature mother cell duplicates itself to give rise to two daughter cells. Suppose, let me give an example. When fertilization occurs, a zygote forms. A zygote is a single cell. It divides rapidly and increases in number by cell division. This process is called hyperplasia. So what are the significance of cell division? Number one, it helps in growth. Next, it helps in reproduction. And next, that it helps in repair of different dead cells, and the dead cells are replaced by new cells due to division. Okay, so this cell division is mainly divided into three parts. Number one is mitosis, next is mitosis, and the third is meiosis. Mitosis and meiosis are the most important part of cell division. So, in this video, we will mainly discuss about these two broad topics. As you see in this slide, we will discuss about mitosis. So, what is mitosis? It is a division of cell into daughter cells which have the same number of chromosomes as present in parent cell. Thus, it is also known as equational division because the chromosome number remains equal as in mother cell, similarly in the daughter cell. This mitotic phase is divided into two parts. Number one is karyokinesis, that is division of nucleus, as the word karyo, that is this word karyo actually comes from carry on. This carry on means nucleus. That's why karyokinesis is the division of nucleus. Next, cytokinesis. Cytokinesis means the division of cytoplasm. Now, karyokinesis is divided into many steps. Firstly, comes prophase. What is prophase? In prophase, each chromosome develops into two thread-like chromatids. We all know that chromosome is made up of two chromatids. So, in prophase, the chromatids became visible or became more thickened. Then what happened? Then spindle formation takes place. And after that, nucleolus and nuclear membrane disappear. Next come metaphase. What happens in metaphase? In metaphase, the chromosomes line up on the equator of the spindle. That means the chromosomes line up in the equatorial plane. Next, what happened? Next, the spindle fibers get attached to the centromeres of the chromosomes. Now, in anaphase, this is the third phase where the daughter chromosomes are formed and the centromere gets divided. That is, the chromatid of the chromosome is getting divided and the chromosomes are migrating towards the pole. That is, in anaphase, the polar migration of the chromosomes began. In the previous slide, we have discussed about the first three phases of karyokinesis. Now, in this slide, we will discuss about telophase. So, what happens in telophase? In telophase, the chromosomes form two groups, one on either pole of the spindle, and the chromosomes uncoil and form chromatin net. So, this is the last phase of karyokinesis. Now the cytokinesis will occur. What is cytokinesis? Cytokinesis means the division of cytoplasm. Now, cytokinesis occurs in plant cell by cell plate formation, and in animal cell, cytokinesis occurs by furrowing or cleavage or invagination. As in this diagram, you will see that this is the picture of interphase. This is the diagram of prophase. This is metaphase. See, the chromosome are arranged in the equatorial plane. This is anaphase. Polar movement occurs. This is telophase. Division of nucleus already done, and this is cytokinesis. That is, cytoplasm is already divided. Thus, from a single mother cell, two daughter cells are produced. Now, what is the difference between karyokinesis and cytokinesis? See, in cytokinesis, the division of cytoplasm occurs, and in karyokinesis, the nuclear division occurs. Next, in cytokinesis, cytoplasm, cell organelles, and nuclei divide and are passed on to the daughter cells equally. In karyokinesis, nucleus get divided into two daughter nuclei. Now, what is cell cycle? Every cell capable of division passes through recurring events called cell cycle. So, it is a cyclical process through which every cell undergo. Now, cell cycle is mainly divided into two parts, that is interphase and mitotic division. In the previous slides, we learned about mitotic division. Now, mitotic division is not the only part of cell cycle. There is another part which is called interphase. What happens in interphase? Now, interphase is the non-dividing or preparatory phase for the cell before cell division. So, in interphase, the cell gets ready for division. Now, interphase is divided into various substages. Number one is the G1 phase or first growth phase. In this phase, the cell grows to its maximum size without undergoing any change in DNA content. So, in G1 or first growth phase, no change in DNA occur. Now comes S phase. S stands for synthetic phase. In synthetic phase, DNA synthesis takes place and chromosomes get duplicated, as we discussed in the previous slide. Now the third phase is the G2 phase. In this phase, this is the second growth phase. Okay, and here formation of RNA occurs. Protein continues preparing the cell for cell division, as proteins and RNA are very important part of cell. So this formation occurs in G2 phase. There is a picture given in the right hand side of the slide. You can see it is very clearly described. Now what is meiosis? Meiosis is another type of cell division, as we discussed in the very first slide. So what is meiosis? Meiosis is the division of cell into 4 haploid cells having half the chromosomes present in the parent cell. That is why it is also known as reduction division. It occurs only at the time of gamete formation. Now in the bottom of the slide, you can see a small picture, that is meiosis and mitosis is described here. 2n is the chromosome number present in the parent cell. In mitosis, we have already learned that mitosis is an equational division. That means there is no reduction of chromosome number. Equal chromosome number is found in parent and in daughters. So you can see that 2n, from 2n parent, the daughter cells also contain 2n number of chromosome. But in case of meiosis, it is clearly written that it is a reduction division. That means there is a significant reduction of chromosome number. So what happens here? Here the parent cell have 2n chromosome, but the daughter cells will have n chromosome. Okay, so this type of division occurs at the time of gamete formation, whereas mitosis division occurs in the somatic cells of our body. Okay, let's know about some terms which are related to meiosis. Number one, homologous chromosomes. The two similar chromosomes of a diploid cell are called homologous chromosome. And what is crossing over? The exchange of chromatid segment of homologous chromosomes between two non-sister chromatid of homologous chromosome is known as crossing over. So what is this? Now we know that in each cell it is diploid, that is 2 chromosomes are present. Now each chromosome has 2 arms. Each arm is called chromatid. Now the similar arms of a single chromosome, the 2 arms present in a single chromosome are called sister chromatids. But the arms present in one chromosome and another chromosome of the same cell, in a cell there are 2 chromosomes. So the chromatids of chromosome 1 and chromosome 2 of a single cell are called non-sister chromatid. Okay. So crossing over is the exchange of chromatid segments of homologous chromosome. That means in a single cell, but between two non-sister chromatids of the homologous chromosome is called crossing over. A diagram is given below. You can refer this diagram for your better understanding. Now, what is chiasma? The point of interchange of chromatid segments between two non-sister chromatids during crossing over is called chiasma. The detail of chiasma is also given in this picture. So you can see this picture for your understanding. Next, in this slide, we will discuss about the significance. We have already learned about mitosis and meiosis. Now the question arises, what is the significance of this? Okay, let's know about that. Number one, in case of mitosis, mitosis is responsible for growth and development of multicellular organism because it is found in the somatic cell. Next, it helps in maintaining proper cell size. Thirdly, it helps in repair. And number four, it is involved in the formation of multicellular body from single celled zygote. Next, what are the significance of meiosis? In meiosis, it helps in the maintenance of chromosome number in a species constant. And secondly, meiosis introduces variations in a population due to crossing over of chromosomes. As we have learned, chiasma formation occurs between two non-sister chromatid of homologous chromosome. So it leads into variation that finally leads into evolution. So in the previous slides, we have discussed in details about mitosis and meiosis. Now in this slide, we will learn the difference between mitosis and meiosis. This is one of the most important part. Let's begin. Mitosis occurs in the somatic cells, whereas meiosis occurs in the reproductive cells. Mitosis takes place during growth, repair, development, and other times. Okay. In meiosis, this occurs during the formation of gamete. In mitosis, 2 daughter cells are produced. In meiosis, 4 daughter cells are produced. In mitosis, the daughter chromosomes are in diploid condition as it is a equational division. In meiosis, the daughter chromosomes are in haploid condition since it is a reduction division. Mitosis completed in one division. Meiosis is completed in 2 successive divisions. In mitosis, the genetic constitution of the daughter cells are similar, and in meiosis, the genetic constitution of the 4 daughter cells are different. So, that's all for today. In this video, we have discussed about cell division and cell cycle. Hope you guys like the video. Do like, share, and subscribe the channel. Stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you.